It all started with a wedding invitation sent on April 21st that sent shockwaves through the K-pop community, announcing 2PM's Ok Taecyeon would marry his non-celebrity partner of 10 years on April 24th. But the controversy didn't stem from the joyous news itself. It erupted from a single line on the card reading, "Two people who are a perfect 10 out of 10 for each other," a reference that felt jarring given the group's tumultuous history scarred by the J-Park departure scandal and years of internal bullying rumors. While fans celebrated the Beast idol finding love, the announcement dredged up the intense backlash Taecyeon faced when he left JYP Entertainment in 2018, a move that critics painted as a betrayal of his family and highlighted the incredible secrecy he maintained over a decade-long relationship in an industry that demands total access. This private ceremony wasn't just a romantic milestone, it was a defiant closing chapter to a career defined by navigating toxic rumors, corporate fractures, and the immense pressure of second-generation K-pop, proving that Taecyeon finally found his own perfect score in a life constantly judged by the industry's harshest critics. The dark side of Ok Taecyeon's perfect wedding, 10 years of secrets and industry backlash. To understand why a wedding invitation feels like a cliffhanger in a drama nobody asked for, you have to rewind to a time when 10 out of 10 wasn't a romantic sentiment, but a battlefield. When 2PM debuted in 2008, they were marketed as the Beast Idols, a gritty, masculine alternative to the polished flower boys dominating the scene. But behind the muscles and the aggressive choreography, the group was a ticking time bomb. The real controversy, the one that shadows Taecyeon even now, isn't about his wife or his private life. It's about the ghost that has sat at every 2PM table since 2009. Fans remember the Hot Blood era, the survival show that formed the group, and the sudden violent fracture when leader J Park left the group. For years, a toxic cloud of rumors swirled around the remaining 6 members, including Taecyeon. Netizens speculated wildly about internal bullying, about a fractured brotherhood, and about whether the members had sacrificed their leader to save their own careers. The industry whispered that 2PM was cursed, that their image was a fabrication, and that the smiles they wore on variety shows were hiding a deep, ugly rift. While the world moved on, Taecyeon became the focal point of this simmering resentment. He was the face of the group, the one branching out into acting, the one who seemed to be making it while the group identity was questioned. But controversy has a way of following those who try to break the mold. Fast forward to 2018, and the internet was set on fire again. This time not by a member leaving, but by a member staying, or rather, by who left. When 2PM's contracts with JYP Entertainment expired, the industry watched in shock as 5 members renewed, but Taecyeon walked away. In the world of K-pop, leaving your parent company is often treated like a betrayal of family. Fans panicked. Rumors of a disbandment trended worldwide. People speculated that Taecyeon had abandoned the group that made him, prioritizing his acting career over the brotherhood he preached about for a decade. He signed with 60 Agency, a move that analysts called risky and anti-fans called greedy. The narrative pushed by detractors was that he was distancing himself from his idol roots, trying to scrub the 10 out of 10 image from his resume to be taken seriously as an actor. The silence from JYP regarding the details only fueled the fire, leaving fans to parse through vague statements and reading between the lines of press releases, convinced there was bad blood. And then, the relationship itself became a source of industry friction. In a world where idols apologize for breathing near the opposite, Taecyeon's romantic life has been handled with a level of secrecy that borders on spycraft. He first went public in 2020, but the lack of details, the refusal to name names, and the strict privacy boundaries he enforced created a vacuum that gossip magazines desperately tried to fill. For 10 years, he managed to hide a partner from the prying eyes of Dispatch and invasive netizens. In an industry where privacy is the price of fame, his ability to keep this relationship under wraps was either seen as a masterclass in protection or, by the more cynical voices in the media, as a calculated deception. When he finally confirmed the wedding date, the shock wasn't just about the speed, it was about the realization that fans knew nothing about the real person behind the idol persona. The revelation that they had been together for a decade, predating much of his solo success, sparked a fresh wave of controversy. How much of an idol's life is a performance? If he could hide a fiancé for 10 years while playing the lonely idol on TV, what else was hidden? The wedding itself, held privately privately on April 24th became a microcosm of his career, controlled, guarded, and exclusive. The decision to ban cameras and ask for confidentiality wasn't just about protecting his non-celebrity partner. It was a direct challenge to the invasive nature of K-pop culture. It drew a line in the sand. While fans celebrated the 10 out of 10 reference, industry insiders noted the tension. That song represents the beginning of 2PM, a time before the lawsuits, the member changes, and the solo careers. By referencing it on his wedding invitation, Taecyeon was forcing a collision between his scandalous past and his private future. It was a bold move, considering the amount of hate he has absorbed over the years from fans who felt betrayed by his career choices. Some netizens even took to forums to criticize the timing, questioning the sincerity of the perfect match narrative when his professional life had been anything but smooth sailing. The reference was seen by some as a subtle middle finger to the industry that tried to box him in, a reclaiming of a legacy that was almost destroyed by corporate politics and fan wars. Now, as he becomes only the second member of the group to marry, following Wang Chansung, the spotlight isn't on the bride, but on the legacy of the group that defined a generation. The controversies surrounding his departure from J, the rumors of discord, and the intense scrutiny of his private life have all culminated in this moment. It's a weird, dissonant feeling for fans who followed the Beast idol trajectory. We watched him go from a charismatic rookie tearing his shirt off on stage to a seasoned actor navigating a minefield of public opinion. The wedding invitation isn't just a happy announcement, it's a survivor's badge. It signifies that despite the leaks, the rumors, the management disputes, and the relentless pressure of the second-generation K-pop curse, he made it out intact. The line about being a 10 out of 10 match isn't just cute wordplay. It's a defiant statement that he found perfection in his personal life, even while his professional life was constantly graded, critiqued, and found wanting by a merciless industry. As the ceremony concludes and the guests leave, the real story isn't the romance. It's the fact that Ok Taecyeon managed to write his own ending to a story that the media and the scandals tried so hard to ruin.